Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of I Was There Last Night, because I was there last night. You guessed it. How do I know? I have a ticket to prove it. Last night, May 17th, at the Boulder Theater in Boulder, Colorado, I saw Amon Amarth featuring Goatwhore. This was my first adventure to the Boulder Theater. Even though I work in Boulder, that's about all I do up there. I was worried that they would have seats instead of an open floor, which actually isn't the case, but now I have to yell at my confused coworker for putting that in my head. Turns out it's not actually a bad venue. It reminds me a lot of the Ogden, but it might be a little bit bigger. And with thunderstorms rolling in, it was a perfect night to raise our horns to the Thunder God. Also, it's Odin's Day, so it all just fits together, doesn't it? So the opening act was Goatwhore. Now I was very excited to hear this band because they have the best name of any band in metal. Now while I do listen to them some, I don't know them extensively well. I know just a handful of songs that I have. So I also don't know the names of many of the songs that they would have played anyway. Regardless though, the blackened death metal band sounded superb, especially the guitarist who was threatening the venue for their excessive use of strobe lights. That guy cracked me up. But he was also quite a good guitar player, to say the least. I also really enjoyed watching their bass player headbang. He had a very fluid, full-body headbang going. I thought that was really well done. And their singer had a lot of energy. He definitely wanted to get the crowd fired up, and he did so. Their sound has a good amount of variety in it in terms of musical themes. It's not just black metal or death metal. They have elements of black, death, thrash, speed metal, all kind of mixed in there. But there's also a lot of time and tempo changes throughout the songs, which really make them entertaining to listen to. They played a new song, Vengeful Ascension, which is coming from their upcoming album, so I'm definitely going to have to review that when it comes out. Couple other great songs, An End to Nothing, FBS or Fucked by Satan, Apocalyptic Habit is how they ended the night. That was just a crusher to end the night. Surprisingly though, they did play my favorite song of theirs, which was Alchemy of the Black Sun Cult. It seems like such a random song, and it's one of the only ones I know very well, but they played it, so I was super happy about that. Suffice it to say, going into this, I knew they were just going to be opening up for Amon Amarth, and the crowd was going to be there, but I was still very excited to see them, and they definitely lived up to my hopes with a fun, energetic opening set. So then the main course of this metal feast was Amon Amarth. Now, this has been a very fun week for me, but I knew it wouldn't be complete without some furious, fun, Swedish melodic death metal. And this is my third time seeing them, and once again, they absolutely brought the fire. Like, did I expect anything different? And of course, they're led by the magnetic personality of frontman Johan Hägg. Amon Amarth shows really are not just metal shows, they are celebrations of brotherhood, of camaraderie, of beer. That's why, like it or not, Raise Your Horns is going to be played at their shows from now until eternity. Unlike the show of theirs I saw last year, this one wasn't as gimmicky. They definitely had a boat on stage, but there were no armored warriors fighting or shooting arrows into the crowd. Did they shoot arrows into the crowd? I'm not sure if they actually fired. Either way, I'm good. I just want to hear great music, which is what I got. The boat on stage, however, took up a very large amount of the surface area there, so they probably needed a few more feet to be able to navigate around that ship. Regardless, though, they sounded excellent from their guitar work, Hägg's vocals, the drumming. We got a nice drum solo in there, which was just excellent. They opened the show with Pursuit of Vikings and closed the evening with Twilight of the Thunder God. So those are two that you expect to hear at an Amon Amarth show. But again, long, great set list that included stuff like Death and Fire, First Kill, War of the Gods. Now, the set list was fairly similar to what they played last year. There was less from Jomsviking, but it was still fairly similar. But some of my absolute favorites are the deep cuts from their older albums, so I know I'm probably not going to get some of the songs I really want to hear. Like, I would totally be okay if they just played Versus the World in its entirety. In fact, can you guys do that, please? Father of the Wolf was also a lot of fun to hear. Now, the real surprise of the night, but absolutely a welcome one, was them playing Under a Northern Star. That one, I was kind of surprised that they chose that one, but it really resonated with the crowd. Slower song, but definitely a lot of fun. It's hard to pick a favorite, though, of what they played, so I'd say either Live for the Kill or The Way of Vikings are probably my favorites from the night. The Way of Vikings is my favorite song from Jomsviking, so I was really happy that they chose that one. It did, however, feel like a shorter set, but in the end, I was still satisfied. No matter what I got, I was going to be satisfied. It just felt like it wasn't that long, or maybe it just blew by because it was that much fun. Again, though, this is a band with too many hits over a long career, so you're not going to hear everything you want. Just play and soon the world will cease to be. I don't want to call this band a safe bet because that makes it sound like they're predictable, but it really is inevitable that when you go to an Amon Amarth show, you will have a great time. Overall, there are some bands you know they will have a lot of fun when they come through Colorado, and Amon Amarth is one that is beloved and celebrated. Goatwhore opened alone in front of a sold-out crowd, and they absolutely nailed it. They even got the pit warmed up for Amon Amarth. Then Amon Amarth came out and did what they do best, epic pagan metal. So was I satisfied? Absolutely, I was satisfied. All around last night, great show. I have one more concert to go to cap this wonderful concert week, but Amon Amarth provided my much-needed melodic death metal fix in spectacular fashion. before I go, I want to offer how sad I was to hear about the untimely passing of Chris Cornell, the guitarist, vocalist, just all around amazing rock star. Even as a fan of live music, I never got the chance to see him live, despite actually having an opportunity to do so a few years ago when he came through on an acoustic tour. And that is something I regret. But for now, I offer my condolences to his family in this devastating time. Chris, you will absolutely be missed. Love, brother. If you were at the show last night, let me know what you thought of it. Let me know your thoughts on the set list. Let me know how you enjoyed Goatwhore. And that does it for this episode of I Was There Last Night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Nice work. Good job. If you like what you saw, you can just go ahead and click that subscribe button for all videos past and future. You can also head over to my website and see all the other stuff that I do, including the books I've written. So go ahead, click stuff.